You are currently at Bedford. This service will be running the whole length of the line between Bedford and St Pancras Thameslink. Your duties will finish at St Pancras Thameslink, although this service will then continue to Beckenham Junction. Welcome to the MML.
M-I-D to the E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top. Smacking.
So hey there guys, it is Qwerty Afro here, bringing you another Train Simulator 2015 Let's Play video. Do I really call it Let's Play? I don't know, it's just my kind of video, Qwerty Afro video, whatever you want to say. So the MML, Main Line, Midland, London, the bedpan, is it Midland, Mainland, London, or Mainland, Midland, Mainland? I don't know, I'll just go with MML. The bedpan route, or whatever you want to say, finally released for Train Simulator. It dropped up today, which was weird because they were posting that it was coming soon, but then it dropped it a few hours, like they released it a few hours ago. So I'm kind of, I don't know, whoever's their community marketing manager or whatever at Dovetail Games, I don't know if he's high or something, or I don't know. Dovetail Games to me are quite high. They're blazing it up. Anyway. So, the bedpan line from Bedford to St Pancras International. Open the doors and allow passengers to board here at Bedford. Now, I've been having some interesting, I've been looking at this specific, why am I at the back of the train? I've been looking at the sounds and stuff for this 319 that actually comes with the map. You don't actually have to have the 319 to use this route. This route comes with the 319. But then I've been having some problems with the Armstrong Powerhouse sounds because they weirdly don't want to be applied to this train, which is rather interesting. Anyway, we are right now in Bedford, which is the northern terminus of First Capital Connect, or no longer First Capital Connect. It's just Thameslink, go via Thameslink. As you can see, it's pretty much Bedford. You can also see here this nice little bay platform here. Could we possibly have, you know, London Midland from here to Bletchley? Would be interesting, nice little branch line to have on this map. So anyway, let's head off. We are doing a run from here to St Pancras. So let's head out. Let's get the brakes down and let's go. Some class 6 AI. What's interesting is I don't think there's much HSTs as AI, as like East Midlands AI, which I don't know if there is. I will find out because it's my first time playing through this scenario. I would like to see some HST East Midlands. Like, obviously I don't know if they have the license for East Midlands, but it would be cool to just have an East Midlands and just the kind of paint and stuff they use. Like, say for Southwest trains, they use a very they use the colors and stuff of Southwest trains, but they don't use the logo. So that would be cool if something like that was done for the East Midlands trains livery, if they are gonna get that in the game. Hopefully, I'm really hopeful. Like, loads of people, obviously I've been looking on the Facebook page and stuff, loads of people wanting the 222 Meridian. I definitely want that. I want this map to go up to like Leicester and Derby and Sheffield maybe eventually, because that's the whole kind of like, you know, MML in a sense. This is only a part of it, going up to Bedford. It carries on. Anyway, let's start increasing the speed. Yeah, I don't think the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack went through, which is really weird. I don't know if it's weird because this isn't a standalone 319. This is the I don't know. No, this isn't the Armstrong Powerhouse pack version for the sounds, which is annoying. I've actually fiddled around with the files and stuff and kind of seen if I could do anything to kind of, you know, put the files over, and I even reinstalled the sound pack again, but weirdly it just doesn't work for some reason. So if it does sound like the normal 319, I'm sorry. I do have the 319 sound pack from Armstrong Powerhouse, but it just doesn't seem to work for some reason. I don't know, I might have to throw some files around and, you know, whatever. If anyone else knows how to kind of get the sounds working with this train, I would love to know in the comments. Oh, by the way, the shoutouts for this video, which I forgot to do, are Mainlinetrainfans London Transport Fan. Yes, that is a name. and Smyalygames. Smyalygames. So that's again Mainlinetrainfans, London Transport Fan, and Smyalygames. Their links and stuff will be down below. Those were the shoutouts. And yeah, show them some love. So the bedpan line. To be honest, I'm not really incited too much with routes now anymore, because I like a build up to a route or like a bit of DLC that comes out. I don't just like, you know, being thrown loads of DLC, you know, in our faces. And I think recently Dovetail Games have been releasing so many DLCs. It's crazy. I just can't keep up with this. And I think if you're the normal average train sim user with like not a lot of money to kind of fund everything, like luckily I can fund it because of my YouTube earnings, but literally I can't keep up with this even with my YouTube earnings. I just find it's just like, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. I'll buy this because this is a local line, and as I said, when people ask me recommendations for like what DLC should I buy, like what train I should buy, I always say go with something that's local to you, go something what's the nearest to you geographically, because then I think that builds up nicely. There's no point of getting something that's like on the other side of the world, maybe unless you're interested in it, then get that. But I buy lines that are close to me, right? Like this line, unfortunately, it doesn't extend all the way up to Leicester. Hopefully, maybe in the future it will. That's why I kind of buy this line, and also I've been on this line, so it kind of means a bit to me. So you know what I mean. When you've been on a line, it's cooler to see it in-game form, which is pretty cool. So I didn't see this line coming actually. When they released some like previews of it, I was just like, oh, okay, so they're doing this line. And then now it's available, and it's pretty fast. Like, as I said, the DLCs are just coming out so fast now, and I don't know, to me that doesn't look good when they're just chucking out DLCs at really ridiculously high prices. I do not care. These DLCs are just too expensive. And I think everyone can agree on that. I don't think there's anyone out there that can go, oh, the DLC prices are very good. No, they're not. I actually don't know if this is the Armstrong Powerhouse sound. I don't know. I'm contemplating. I don't think it is. But as you can see, we have St Pancras as the terminus. So no London Bridge, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. I really wish it did extend to London Bridge, and then hopefully someone in the community who did like the South London network line and the London to Brighton, they linked them together and released it on the workshop so people could do like a London Bridge to Brighton. What would have been really cool, and I think it's really lazy of achievement unlocked. London-Bedford 319. Okay, interesting. I haven't even achieved anything. I've just set off. What I find really annoying is why didn't they just extend it to London Bridge? Like, St Pancras is only a few stops away from London Bridge. Why did they not go to London Bridge and just allow someone from the community to just link it up, so we could actually have, even possibly to have like people link it up with like portals and stuff? It would be cool to do a Bedford to Brighton route. Imagine that. That would be epic. That'd be great. I would love to do like, a Bedford to Brighton route in a video. That'd be great. It'd be long, but it'd be cool because it's a route. But yeah, we're going through this now. Our stops actually for this route are Leagrave, Luton, Harpenden, Auburn City, and St Pancras International. And I am apparently speeding, which I'm gonna get a lot of points minused off because it's Korea, and me and Korea do not get along very well. But I don't know. I think if this map is good, this route looks solid. It's nothing groundbreaking. Nothing really is anymore with Train Simulator. And it's just something I'm always going to say. Like, Train Simulator is past its due date. It's now just something where you get some DLCs, given out, but not given out, but thrown out, and then with huge price tags on them, and it just feels you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just I'm kind of like train sim right now in my kind of way of train sim. Train sim for me right now is just very you know, ghostly, in my opinion. I do like to play it. I don't play it as much as I do by myself anymore. I play it majority most of the time for like stream, for my YouTube videos. I can't really see myself playing it anymore by myself because I kind of know the kind of concepts. Just drive from A to B, you know. Most of the maps all look pretty much the same. They have all pretty much the same assets and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's what can you do? Anyway, let's have a look a bit of let's do a little flyby and see how things are looking, because I've passed like all of these. Oh my god, all of these stations. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think these. No, these aren't the Armstrong Powerhouse sounds, because we have. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, this is Dovetail. This is Dovetail game sounds. The horn does not sound like that on the Armstrong Powerhouse sounds. But that's interesting. Like, I'm really... that's it's annoying. I wanted to have the Armstrong Powerhouse sounds for this video, and I started recording, and I was wondering, these sound kind of flat. And then I went back, I reinstalled it, but it didn't work. And I was just like, well, okay, I'm just gonna have to record it because, you know, nothing's working. So I just, you know, go for it. But yeah, tell me guys what you think of this route. Are you going to pick it up? What do you think of it so far? I know we've just started. We've kind of just started off from Bedford. Also, what I'm thinking of doing in my in my longer train sim videos, because I know there's going to be, you know, quite long train sim videos on like longer scenarios from longer distance. Oh, let's turn on the fan, by the way. I like having the fan on. There'll be like longer distance journeys and stuff like that. And instead of doing a really, really long video, I was thinking during stations, like really, really long, like say over, I don't know, 15 or 20-mile stations, maybe I could do a little transition. So I can go into a transition, start from a station, and then it goes like into, you know, cool little cinematic cameras and whatever, and then maybe some background music, just until we get to the next station. Something to just, you know, mix it up a bit. Or maybe you guys might not want that. You might just want the full view from A to B. I don't know, tell me what you think, because I do like hearing feedback of my channel. I don't just, you know, do stuff just in my own initiative, even though I do like my own initiative, but I do like suggestions and feedback, etc. But yeah, no, FCC is no longer, so again, a bit annoying, but there are skins you can get out there, so I'm hoping that people in the community who make workshop scenarios will include some of the skins that you can like get from DP simulations, etc. So that would be really cool to, you know, have. Reaching up here to 100. Oh, and we're going quite up a nice bit of a steep incline here, so that's why we're not really zooming really anywhere. We're 3.5 miles away from Negrave, so we'll soon lay off the power a bit and roll in. Or actually, we can keep on the power because we're going up a gradient. We'll probably slow down pretty fast if we let it slack a bit. Oh, but anyway, what I was saying, I forgot to actually mention in like the first like attempt of recording this scenario, I wanted to mention that I actually wanted today to release a video of the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 40, which Armstrong Powerhouse, the people there, was so kind to give me a copy for free to kind of, you know, review it a bit, because I've seen some of my other videos of Armstrong Powerhouse products, and I was really chuffed about that, and I've definitely got on board, and I've even gotten like some of the kind of other like scenery stuff for the scenarios that come with it, and which meant I had to get like stuff like the Just Trains Scottish ECML. I had to get, what else did I have to get? I got the West Coast Main Line over Shap. I finally got it. It's like a route where people have been bugging me to get. I finally do have it, so now I can get cooler scenarios and stuff. And I think we need to slow down because I'm a madman and we're going too fast. But yeah, I finally got the West Coast Main Line over Shap. I I was gonna probably get settled to Carlisle as well. I probably need to get that as well. But expect the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 40, a kind of not a preview, but a review kind of, well, not a review, just my kind of video, but just with that train in it. Because it was so kind to like send it to me, which I was really, you know, I was really happy about. It's cool that they watch my videos, but I was like, you know, you guys make awesome products, so I just love using them. I have most of their sound packs. The sound packs for me are the best thing because it shows that they have passion for trains and they, you know, they go that extra, you know, length to get that kind of detail, while Dovetail Games don't. There's no worse way of putting it. They just don't. But I don't know, maybe this train isn't really compatible with the sounds or something like that, because I did try, as I said, I installed the map first, and then when I came into the game, I didn't install the sound pack again. I just went into the game and I noticed that the sounds were just the same standard 319 sounds, and then I went to, you know, install the sounds again. So I thought, you know, installing the sounds would rewrite the rewrite the current sounds with this route, but apparently it just didn't really do anything. So that's a bit annoying. I don't know, because this is you don't need the standalone 319. You can just, you know, buy this map and the 319 comes with it, but I don't know if it comes as a... Wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, these are the standard sounds. Yeah, I hear that generator just sounds like a 455. That's not a 319 generator. But just mind the sound, guys. You know, it's just lazy Dovetail Games. Anyway, we are at Leagrave. What is there here? There's a bit of, you know, some sidings. It's all good. But we're obviously gonna. Oh, next stop is Luton, which is good. Okay, why did the brakes just, you know, disengage and I didn't even touch them? That's really odd. Interesting. These sounds do not match this train at all. That horn does not sound like a 319 horn. Maybe my sound files got muddled up. That horn sounds like it's something else, like off one of my other trains I have. I'm trying to just put the puzzle together here, because I feel that that's not the right horn. Not even for the standalone 319, that's not the right horn. That sounds weird. Is it maybe the 365? I don't know. It doesn't. It sound. I'm sure, or maybe I've forgotten. I've like really forgotten how the normal 319 sounds like, because I've just been using the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack. I just completely forgot how the standard shitty one sounds like. But I don't know. Maybe the sounds have gone all muddled up, which is. I don't know. Interesting bit of a dilemma there. Someone probably will tell me what's happening. Oh, Luton's just coming up. It's very close. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station is Luton. Oh, but we're not going to stop at Luton Airport Parkway. Oh. You'd think we'd stop there if this is like an express service and people might want to get to an airport from Bedford, you know. But no, we will just stop at Luton. Don't know much about Luton actually. I think it's pretty much a shithole. It's not really much. Well, it's in Bedfordshire. That's all I really know about Luton. Sorry. Yeah, there's Luton Airport Parkway. It's not even that far away, but we're not stopping there, unfortunately. It's not on our timetable. We are now approaching Luton. Yeah, but it seems again this map won't come with, like, you know, East Midlands HSTs, and I'm hoping to see, because I have them? No, I don't have the. I think there is a East Midlands reskin for the HST, or maybe there isn't. But I'm hoping, you know, people will make it, and you know, people will make better scenarios, because all Dovetail Games have really done is they've just plonked the 319. I don't know, some weird version of the 319, and I don't know if this one can be used as. I don't think it's a standalone. I think it's just an attached train to this route, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so there's the only AI you have with the full with the standard scenarios, standard career scenarios. All the AI you have is 319s and 66s doing freight, and I think that it actually comes with 2 freight scenarios as well, because obviously you have the kind of freight yards and stuff near Cricklewood, which is cool as well. So maybe we might do a video of that in the future or whatever. So, you know. But I find that a little sad that there isn't, you know, any kind of HSTs, because that's the kind of main thing you see on this route. HSTs, 222s, 319s, and 377s. So, you know, those are going to be the kind of, you know, the... Okay, calm yourself. Those are the kind of main trains you do see on this route. 222s, 319s, HSTs, and 377s. No, that does not. That sounds really broken. The sounds. That's not how it sounds. Yeah, these are 455 sounds. I don't know. I don't know. I might be imagining things, but this sounds like a 455 I'm driving. That is just so weird. That is crazy weird, actually. So we're going to arrive there at 34, which we're on schedule to. And then it's 43, and then we have a long, nice drive to St Pancras, Thameslink. Actually, to be honest, on this line, I go past my actual old secondary school, which is pretty cool as well, if it's there. And then we're now passing where the airport would be. Are there going to be any dodgy planes like there are at Gatwick? I'm scared. Those plane animations scare the shit out of me when I go past them. Where is it? Where are the planes? Bring out the planes. I don't see any, so that's good. Where are the easy jets? Where are the easy jets at? Nowhere. Let's get back in the train. And actually, to be honest, I do drive down here as well, because I think the M1, we joined the M... Is that the M1? No, it's not. We joined the M1 somewhere down here. Well, when we get somewhere close to, like, the outer parts of London, we joined the M1, and that's where I like driving in real life as well. So I see these trains are like when I travel to London. Well, this is the line I would take. But I don't take the First Capital Connect trains. I take the East Midlands HSTs, or the Meridian 222s, which are very noisy trains. I prefer the HSTs. They're much more comfortable. Unless you like vibrations, then the Meridian's good. It's like having a massage. Next station will be Harpenden, which is all good. I don't think this is a massively long route, actually, to be honest. It's only about, I think it's only about 55 miles, if I'm pushing it. I think I read in the description it's something like 55 miles. No, actually, I don't. Is it? Yeah, 55 miles. Yeah. Yeah, it's 55 miles. It's not a lot, to be honest, for a route. I don't think, personally, it is a lot. There are routes that have much longer coverage. But it is a route. It is a route. It's out there to get if you want to get it. 12 £25. It just, the thing with DLC, and I just can't seem to justify it, is that with that kind of price, that's a game. That's basically a good solid game, but these DLC routes are not really a solid game, let's be honest. They're just, you know, a bit. And I've discussed this with Gamer Mike, who you all know from like streaming, and you know, he helps me out with the channel. I've talked to him about this whole kind of structure with DLCs, and the whole thing with Train Sim is basically a demo, and all the DLCs that you buy are, you know, bits to build up an eventual full game, which is just not how a game should work. And it's an interesting discussion with how DLC is becoming these days in gaming, because it really feels like you're just buying a bit, and then you have to buy loads of bits to kind of build a fuller picture. And that's, I hate where gaming is going in that respect, because it's just, at the end of the day, like, games should be like, you buy a game and then you should buy little bits that would make the game, you know, a little bit better. Not, oh, I buy a bit of a game and then I have to buy loads of bits to make the whole full game. I don't know, just, I don't know. Anyway, we're entering Harpenden, platform 3. Never been to Harpenden. Yeah, these sounds, what the hell? Yeah, what? This is not how 319 sounds. Are you serious? Are you serious? Please. The one thing I do like with the Armstrong Powerhouse sound is that you get that nice electric whining sound from the generators when the train starts moving. With this one, you just, I don't know. The sounds do sound different from the actual, you know, standalone 319. Or as I said, I might be just completely losing my mind and I completely forgotten how the actual 319 sounds, because I've just always used I've always used the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack, which a kind viewer actually gifted to me, which was very nice of them. Right. St Albans City in 4 miles. Let's go, go, go. But I guess it's good. This line is good in a sense that we can, like, you know, utilize now the 319, the First Capital Connect 377 a bit more, I guess. HSTs, once, you know, a skin is evolved from that. But again, I'm really, well, so far I haven't seen any HSTs as AI in these scenarios. But it's really annoying that, you know, Dovetail Games couldn't put a HST with a plain East Midlands skin. Like, you know, when they released the ECML, they skinned up the HSTs in a plain East Coast livery. Why couldn't they do that for this route? You get me? Like, why? It would add a bit more, you know, immersion to the route. There's just a lot of decisions at Dovetail Games that just, you know, make it just confusing to think about. I think in some sense I do really think they're lazy. Like, I really genuinely think they're lazy. If they have so many people on board their team, if they're charging this amount for DLCs, why aren't they doing their little extra bit more to make it, like, you know, more detailed? Like, if the amount that they're charging for the DLCs, they should be able to get licenses for every damn train operating company in the UK at least. Because come on, the amount of money people pay for just a, you know, a train, a route, it's you know, it's ridiculous. The licensing for all the train companies should be no issue. You know, sound should be no issue. It shouldn't cost too much to go out, well, you know, just go to a depot, you know, have a train unit that isn't in service and get some, you know, some sounds, you know, some plain sounds. Armstrong Powerhouse can do that. Why cannot Dovetail Games? Like, Dovetail Games have more resources. Ooh, but they don't use them. That's my opinion, anyway. But I love Dovetail Games. I cannot hate them because, you know, they make the best train simulator out there. I've looked a bit as well at Trains A New Era, and that looks like a complete flop. So I do give credit to Dovetail Games in some retrospects. They do make, you know, the best kind of train simulator out there. It's the only train simulator out there, and it makes you kind of question then, if they're the only train simulator out there, there's not a lot of competition. They have no competition, and you'd think then that they'll be a bit more loyal to the customers with prices and stuff like that. But no, they just go, oh yeah, we're just gonna knock it up like I still think £25 for a route is, ooh, just so much. It's so much. Like, if I was a company and say if I owned Train Sim and I wanted more people playing it, I would not make it so like DLC and stuff are so expensive that it puts people off buying it. Right, let's try that again. For you guys that just noticed that we transitioned, and even though it just looked like a quick little 1 second transition to you, I had to drive all of that again to get to this red light. And normally in those kind of situations when I pass a red light and it is game over, I just say, you know what, that's the end of the video. But I thought, you know, we need to carry on, we need to get to St Pancras, because I really want to show you the whole map. It's not fair if I just go up to here and then be like, no. Because, you know, I've done a few videos like that where it's been literally a destination to that destination, kind of, and I always put in the title kind of, but I wanted to actually, you know, get to the end of this video, get to the end of the route, because I want to see some Pancras. I want to see how it is. That's probably, I don't know, the main attraction, I'm guessing. But anyway, we are stuck outside here out of St Albans City, and we're just, I don't know, there's probably a train in front. I cannot get any clearance past the signal, so we're just gonna have to wait. It was a nice lonely journey back to this red signal by myself, but I did it for you guys, so, you know, you should be thankful that I didn't just go, hey, let's just stop the video right there. Actually, it gave me quite a lot of time to actually think about rerunning the whole kind of route again and just getting to this point, just to begin to resume the video from here where I kind of, you know, stopped, where it kind of stopped because of the red light. Yeah, these sounds are definitely not the sound for this train. They sound like the 455, identical to the 455. I don't know if they've changed the sounds due to this, you know, being this 319's coming now with this map, and it's not the same as the standalone 319. I don't know if they downgraded it. It feels like that, but I don't know. I might be just hallucinating, as I've said during the video. And also, to be honest, this map's pretty plain now. Actually, to come to think of it, I've not doing the recording and just, you know, driving myself and actually driving on it. It's actually a pretty plain map. I'm not even gonna lie, it is pretty plain. And again, talking about prices of DLCs, I don't get why the hell. I get that there is some work that goes into making like a huge route, but at the end of the day, most of, like, say this kind of route, it's just fields and some track, and then maybe the only detailed part is actually where the stations are. I don't know. I'm just sad that there isn't any HST action in this. Like, they have the HST. Pretty much everyone has the default HST. They could have just reskinned it up like they did on the ECML with the East Coast trains. And yes, I know. What were we actually waiting for, actually, outside the station? Another train? Well, that train's pretty far ahead now, so, you know. Anyway, so Albans City. Ooh, just on the line. I'm so good. Look at that. Sleek. Can I change the destination blinds? No, I can't. It's not the Armstrong Powerhouse pack. Oh, I want it to be the Armstrong Powerhouse version, but somehow I don't know if it's. I might give them an email. Or, but you guys will tell me in the comments if I'm doing something wrong. Because to me, it just doesn't feel like the Armstrong. Like, I tried installing the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack over this map, but it just doesn't seem to really work. Right, we're ready to go. At least the doors close nice and slowly. That's definitely not the horn. Alright, up we go to St Pancras Thameslink. Or St Pancras International Thameslink, whatever you want to call it. 19 miles. Now, as I said during the kind of beginning of the video, I wanted to do my train sim videos a little differently. But to be honest, I'm not going to go into this video because obviously I want an opinion first. I don't want to just go into something new and you guys don't like it and you're like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I wanted to see the route. I wanted to see the route. Okay, well, I'm now just briefing you on the idea. In, say, future videos, for me to do longer scenarios, because most scenarios, good scenarios, I find are like over an hour, but I don't want to do over an hour videos because I think they're just too long, they take too long to process, etc. I like keeping it somewhere between, 20 and 40, 50 minutes. That's a good size. Anything over an hour, I think it's just unpractical and just, unnecessary. So, to kind of fit over hour scenarios, I was thinking, like, say for instance here, I would go out the station and then we'd go into like a transition now where I just stop talking and then I let it play and you get some nice cool cutscenes of the train going by, some station views, passenger views, some even in-cab views or whatever. A bit like, when you watch FSX videos where instead of the YouTuber or whatever keeping the whole flight in the video, they just cut it and do little cuts and do little cool wing views and stuff. I could do that for trains, so I'll do some train views and some like flying by shots and stuff, and maybe even have some backing track, some kind of backing track in the background if you guys want. But what do you guys think of that? I was going to do that for this video, but I thought I'd rather just let you watch the whole route. I know some people are going to be like, no, don't do that, I want to see the whole route. Well, that just basically means I won't be doing many scenarios that are over an hour long, because I'm not gonna, it's just too much. Like, over hour scenarios are just unpractical for me to do. They took too long to process, take too much space, and a lot of time as well. Like, remember, I'm taking up my time to make videos as well, even though it is my hobby and I do it like in my own time or whatever. And I got another achievement, the 319. Okay, weird achievements. I don't get. The achievements are so broken in this game. Like, I want achievements that like feel good. Like like I'm a driver, I should get my kind of accolades and stuff like that. But no, it's just these kind of random achievements. Like, oh, you've entered the train. Oh, you sat in the train. Well done. Now you get an achievement for sitting in the train. Like, it's, I don't know. It'd be cool to have like something like a cool career achievement where you're a train driver and you have accolades and stuff, and I think that would be really cool. It'd be cool like in a future version of Train Sim if you could have like you can't straight away drive every single different type of train. You have to start at a particular type of train and kind of work up the ranks to drive like you start with commuter services, you drive the kind of less powerful EMUs, and then you work yourself up to the kind of high-speed electric trains, and then even like start from the bottom with DMUs and then work yourself up to the high-speed diesel locos, etc. That kind of immersion is something that would be really cool. Because it just feels right now, I can just sit in any train. It doesn't really feel like I've achieved anything. I've just drove from A to B. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel right that I should be able to just access any single train I want to. I would like to, get to, gain experience to get to a train. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of idea I would go for, like in some kind of career mode, a better career mode maybe for the future version of Train Sim or whatever. But I don't know. It was interesting. I was actually I watched a bit of Tom Middleton's stream. Oh, Matt. Oh my god, I got the letters wrong. Matt Middleton. Oh my god, I have so many names to remember, so I'm sorry, Matt. I'll just quote. I know he's Matt. So Matt, I watch. He's a Dovetail Games employer, and he does like a stream on his Twitch channel of Train Sim every day. And he was actually talking about the point of the career system in Train Sim and how people were saying, why don't you have something like Eurotruck? And he was saying, well, it wouldn't work with Train Sim because it just wouldn't work. We thought of it, and he said he really liked the Eurotruck kind of career progressions kind of thing. then he was like, well, but maybe for the next game, and then there's still like no kind of real, you know, he wasn't really, you know, saying the idea was a strong idea within Dovetail Games, which is sad because, sure, this kind of model works, like driving from A to B, but it gets to a point where it's not really anything different anymore. And if you're going to be charging these, you know, lucrative prices, and these are lucrative prices, these are not, you know, average prices. You know, Train Sim DLC is very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. Like, no means it's an average price. It's overpriced. Way overpriced. I don't know who does the pricing in Dovetail Games, but they're not focusing, they're not basing it on like customers, they're basing it on money they make, and nowhere, I don't even think they've probably done any analysis or like research into like what's the kind of price people would want to pay. They just went, okay, we're going to set this kind of price bracket, we're going to set this kind of price bracket, and we're not going to do any, like, people will buy it because we're the only train sim kind of game out there, so, you know, people will have to buy it. They're not going to just, you know, tell us, oh, it's too overpriced, we won't do anything, because, you know, there's no other train sim game out there. And that's the kind of thing, they have no competition. They can inflate prices up, all the way up there. They could charge for a route 50 quid. People probably will buy it because people are just so brainwashed for it, because there's no other kind of, you know, alternative. Do you know what I mean? There's no alternative to Train Sim. This is the only good Train Sim game that has refreshed content for it. So they can you know, increase the prices and make the prices that expensive, because, you know, they're the only ones doing it. There's Trains, you know, with a Z, but that's Trains with a Z. They're not really that popular. So it's, they can do that, and actually I just think that's wrong. They should do their research on like customer satisfaction and what like the general consensus of their player base, you know, what prices would they want to pay. Do a survey, get statistics. Do not, I can, you know, I can assuredly tell you that, you know, the average person will tell you that most people that play Train Sim will tell you, I don't want to pay that price. I just can't really see that most people were willing to pay this prices. If they've done their research and the, you know, majority say, oh, this is the price I would pay, then I don't know who the hell's is in their statistics and data and stuff like that, because who the hell wants to pay £25 for a route? Like, that's a game. DLC shouldn't cost that much. I'm sorry, even like if you put it into scale, oh, this is a huge route, it's 55 miles. Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about where we are. We're at Mill Hill Broadway right now, and that is the M1 right there, and I do drive there, and I see the trains all the time, which is really cool. Let's do a little flyby. Yeah, look at that. The M1. That's great. Oh yeah. That means we're actually within now the London border. We're within the M25, which is good. We're homing in on St Pancras. We're going to pass loads of these stations. I know pretty much. I've been to most of these stations, so this is a kind of a nice part of the route, in my kind of opinion. This is, yes, I've gotten to the area where, like, yeah, I know everything here. We're in London. And now coming up to Hendon. It's quite a nice station, Hendon, actually. Very modern. I think we switch sides with... No, we switched sides with the M1 before, because there's a bridge where we kind of fly over there. No, we fly under the M1. And I think... Is that it? No, is this it? Yeah, no. No, it's not. It's not. This is just another. Is that a train? Yeah, that's a train. That's for the freight. Hendon. And now the next stop. Actually, the next station is where my secondary school was at. So if I got off the train here, I could go to my secondary school, which I think is, you know, pretty good, pretty nostalgic. And actually around here is Brent Cross Shopping Centre, if I can find it. There's Brent, well, it would be around here. I don't think they've put it in the game, but yeah, this is the flyover over the North Circular, the A40. No, yeah, not the A40, the North Circular. And yeah, this is all familiar territory for me now. And now I need to look ahead with the signals. I don't want to go past a red signal again. And this is the kind of, you know, the freight area, also the depot down there as well. This is the triangle here for freight trains. Well, freight trains go up that way and then come back down that way. Oh, that's brilliant. Coming up to Cricklewood now. Cool little station Cricklewood is. And then you have like a B&Q there, which is just some weird grey, you know, thing. Yeah. Do they have? Yes, they do. They have this extra track siding here, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, this is a little extra track siding here, where trains like go into the kind of sidings and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Now, do they have the modern West Hampstead? I really want to know, because West Hampstead has been remodernized and the platforms have been lengthened, and it looks completely different to how it was a few years ago. So I don't know if they're basing it off the past one or the modern one, which is like currently now in place. I'd be surprised if they have the the latest one of how it looks like today. See anything? Ah, yes they do. Yeah, there's the ticker hall up there, the new ticker hall. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, they do. Yeah, this is the and the extended, that's the extended well, sort of extended platforms or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, this is West and my oh, but this doesn't look like West Hampstead. This is a terrible kind of thing of West Hampstead. This is horrible. Oh my god, this looks nothing here. There's a Costa and like Starbucks here, and my friend lives down there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but that does not look anything like West Hampstead up here. Anyway, we're heading into the tunnels and stuff. We're now in London now. We're basically in London, coming up also to Kentish Town, somewhere around Camden as well, somewhere around Camden Market. Pretty cool. This is probably my favourite part of the route, though. Like, anywhere like in London with trains is pretty cool for me. Can I put a cab light on? There we go. Get a little cozy in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be soon approaching St Pancras Thameslink, where this train terminates. Do change for other services, continuing to other destinations such as Sutton, Brighton, and Blackfriars. Alright. Oof. Oh my god, I've ridden on here so many times. I need to slow down. Because it's ridiculous speed limits now because I'm turning track. Oh my god, have mercy. Oh, and yes, keep slowing down still even more. Oh my god. Yeah, because that track we were on is the East Midland train track. That's why we can't be on there, because we'd end up going into St Pancras International, which is not where 319s need to end up. And I wouldn't really want to end up there because this train would not look good in the main concourse terminal. Imagine just a 319 next to a Eurostar, be like, how you doing? No, thank you. You stick to the beneath the ground where no one can see you. It's not really a pretty train, the 319. It's just a workhorse train, isn't it? Kentish Town coming up now. Let's get a little ahead. Look what we're dealing with here. Oh, another train. That's sad we're not stopping here. Typical business, London businesswoman strutting by here. Oh my god, the sirens everywhere. Okay, I get the point. We're in London. Right, and now slowly but Scheiße. Slowly but surely we'll start to descend. To the right here, the tracks will continue and go on to, you know, St Pancras. Unfortunately, again, no HST or, you know, 222s, AI or anything like that. So just, you know, it's just 319s on this map, which is sad. Like if I have to rate this map now, like as a first impression, I have to say it's all right. It's nothing special. I would say the South London network was a much better map overall, and I think maps that tend to come with newer train, like a new train, like right now the 319, we've already had the 319 for quite some time, so it's nothing really special. The only thing new here is the map, and I think when you release, when Dovetail Games release a map without like a new train that we haven't seen before in the game, it makes the map very stale in a way, because we've kind of oh, hello, new achievement, uphill gradient. Okay. Well, I'm going downhill, so these achievements, man, I just, why? Oh, I'm going downhill and it's giving me an uphill gradient achievement, like, really? But yeah, we're going now down under. St Pancras, here we come. Can I? No, I can't. I'm trying to change camera. It's like, no, it's a tunnel. But why is it so quiet? Actually, it's such a bad bad sounds, man. Bad sounds. I keep doing this. I literally keep doing this every time I play Train Sim now. I keep on the keyboard when there's like the brake controls and stuff. Like, okay, come on, stop! I'm losing so much points for no reason. It wasn't even my fault. Oh God. The thing is, when I press you have 3 brake controls. You have the control to, you know, increase the brake, decrease the brake. But then there's one that, like, it's just like fully. Wait, what? Okay, interesting. That was weird. Wait, what? Okay, that's interesting. What? What is happening here? Wait, what the hell? My train. What's happening with my train? It doesn't wanna. Oh my God, Samuel, what are you doing? The flipping reverser isn't on. Makes sense. Wow, the biggest derp moment. Oh, no, I don't want to save. Biggest derp moment there. Just like wondering, why is my train not moving? Why are the emergency brakes on? And then the reverser isn't even in forward. Like, what the hell? Oh, I don't care about overspeeding now. We're at flipping St Pancras already. Wow. Wow, this looks so bad. The texturing in here is so bad. Like, you can now tell when an engine's this old. Like, the texturing in here is really, really bad. Like, I've been to St Pancras International. First of all, this engine can't handle metal textures, so this looks just so flat and in a way boring. Oh my God. You'd think that this main terminus station, where, you know, all the action is supposed to be on, like, this is the you know, the poster station off the route. It looks terrible. Like, wow. Oh, and I can peek upstairs. Oh, it's not even that far down below. But yeah. St Pancras International. I think a nice screenshot would do here. I think that's the ticket right there. I mean, that's, you know, that's perfect. Let's just get the mouse out of there. There we go. Perfect. That'll be the cool thumbnail. Nicely done. Before this service continues to Beckenham Junction, let's see how you've done so far, please. I'm just, oh my god, I'm not really impressed with this St Pancras, to be honest. Well, I guess it looks alright, but whatever. So what did I got? I don't care about speeding, drive quality, oh my god. Anyway, I don't care about the career, you know me and the career just can, you know, go and suck one. But I got 2 achievements, which, again, achievements are fun. But anyway, what do you guys think of this, the MML, the Mainland, Midland, London, whatever, line, London, I don't know, MML, just to call it MML. What do you guys think of the London, St Pancras to Bedford? Tell me down in the comments, what do you guys think? Are you going to pick it up? Are you going to not pick it up? What do you think should be done better? Because, I don't know. It's interesting to think that this Class 319 is now named Class 319 Thameslink, and the other one's just Fast Capita Connect Thameslink, Fast Capita Connect 319. So those are maybe 2 different types of trains. That's interesting to kind of think about. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. The shout-outs again for the video go to Mainlinetrainfans London Transport Fan and Smyalygames. The links and stuff will be down below. Again, comment down below also feedback. Do you want me to for me to do longer scenario videos? Would you mind if I cut some of the kind of longer intersections between longer stations, like say if it's over 15 miles or 20 miles, do some transitions and stuff like that with some, like, you know, some nice music or like some nice backing music or something like that? Tell me in the comments below. I'd like to hear your feedback. And yeah, there you go, there's the MML Bedford to St Pancras with the Class 319. Came out today. I'll leave the link down below if you want to go and have a look at it on Steam, and I will see you when I see you in another video, which I don't know what it'll be, but also there'll be the Class 40 Armstrong Powerhouse sometime in the future as well, because, you know, they gave it to me free, and I will, you know, do a video and do my honest review of it. I'll see you around, guys. Take care and have a lovely day.
We ain't never giving up, 'cause we ain't born for that. Gotta catch us fast, you do. Fast, you do. The ship is cruising, it's true.